to the Ricovibes Video Podcast. The Ricovibes Video Podcast, featuring today's hottest artists, entertainment news, and social commentary. The Ricovibes Video Podcast, covering entertainment worldwide. And now, here's your host, Ricovibes.
It's the Ricovibes Video Podcast. I've got a special guest in the building. He is an actor. He's a dancer. Come and see him dance before.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
And an international artist, Marvin. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Man, it's a blessing. Give thanks.
Oh, man. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, but they are saying we just stay positive during the whole pandemic. And
man, you've been trying to stay safe?
Definitely, without a doubt. But more reevaluating myself and looking at things different.
It's the reset.
Definitely.
It's the time to reset.
See?
Yeah,
Definitely.
time to reset. So now let's go back a bit, man. You know, we've always heard about you here in Atlanta, but you're not from Atlanta. You're from Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
So at what point did you start being in the business?
All right, just like any other, family story, I started singing in the church, and then venture out into,
Secular.
leave high school, venture into the secular world.
Right.
So my brother, I always have to mention his name, Marvin. He was the one who was singing first.
Okay.
And then I joined forces with him, and then, he kind of showed me a little bit.
So is he older or younger?
Say, a lot of people don't know this, but it's my twin brother.
Oh, it's your twin brother? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know you had a twin.
But we're not identical, but he's my
twin. Gotcha.
So he was in the business prior, like a year before. Mm-hmm. Okay. So being around him, I get to meet a lot of people and stuff like that, and I'll be more hands-on with the music business and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of how I started out. So
is that always what you wanted to do from high school days, from primary school days?
All right, so I knew I was gifted with the gift of singing.
Gotcha.
But I wasn't pursuing it because you don't know. I'm a footballer.
Okay.
From high school, Dakar stuck up and I play ball, so I was more passionate about that.
Right.
Because like I say, I used to sing in church, so I just used to be like, okay, I sing in church, but not pursuing that. Because I more have an understanding of football, because I'm more hands-on with it.
So you was more into sports?
Into football, so it's now, so sport was my main thing, and then my foot broke, and then it kind of shake up the game a little bit. I wasn't as fit as I was supposed to be. My foot wasn't, But when I was around him, I started to develop the love for the music industry.
Got it.
Because now I'm hands-on with it. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Who were some of your influences growing up? At what point did you, what year? Because I'm a 90s, 80s baby, so my era is the Bounties, the Beanies, the Supercats, those people. Who was your influences?
All right, so when I was going to high school with a school concert and stuff, I used to sing there. I used to sing a lot of Tony Curtis.
Okay.
Because everybody used to tell me I sound like Tony Curtis and a little bit of. So I used to sing over a lot of Tony Curtis and the girls, them and everything. So for real, Tony Curtis was one of my influence. Of course, Barris, for real.
Got it.
You know what I'm
saying? Those are good influences.
Barris, same way. A few others don't come to mind, but yeah, them two for sure. Stevie Wonder. People, the high pitch, when I have people used to say, it sound like
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
So what made you gravitate towards singing versus DJing or singing? All
right, so you see, having the passion for something and knowing what you gift with is two different things.
Got it.
So even though I had the passion for football and I wanted to do that, I was gifted with singing. You see what I'm saying? So with the singing, I couldn't shy away from that. You know what I'm saying? It's something that was in my pores, like yeah. So even though I wasn't pursuing that in the beginning, like I couldn't shy away from it because every time I open my voice and sing, it's like the reaction when I get from people, I'm like, you
need to continue this, right. Wow. Living in the US versus living in Jamaica and trying to pursue in the reggae dancehall business in the US. Are there any pros and cons as far as you see?
I would say from Jamaica, it could be a little bit easier.
Okay.
But it's not like it can't be done here because it's documented. We have Korean, we have
Dovey Magnum.
We have, even Ricky Blaze. Ricky Blaze is not from here. Other people. So it's just in America. It's just you just have to have the right team.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
You in Jamaica, you probably can bounce around and do it on your own and try to get it together, because here the industry is different. You have to have a structure and a movement here. So yeah, but I see where it can be done, because I've cracked open some little doors where I see it definitely can happen, and I have like ears listening where I didn't know like those people was
paying attention.
Yeah, so I know it can be done. But
gotcha.
I like challenges anyway. So
what school did you go to in Jamaica?
All right, so I went to this school called Christina Comprehensive High School. That school is like what, 10 minutes or probably like 15 minutes from where I live. So at the time it was convenient for me to go to that school. A lot of stars come from that school, trust me.
Were you a good student, or were you an average student, or what would you consider yourself?
Good student in regards to what?
I mean, were you an A student, a B student, a C student?
I was doing good.
You was doing good? Okay.
Yeah, but you know, just like everybody, sometimes you go off because, like I said, I'm playing ball at school. I sing, so the attention with the girls then.
Gotcha.
It's like you have to catch up on yourself and say, you know, something you need to do, you know what I mean?
Right.
But pretty much, I mean, not out the way I was making my parents like, not, you know what I mean? Proud of me or whatever.
I remember in high school, one of my teachers was Mrs. Andrews, and one of the lessons she taught me.
Why every school have my Miss Andrews?
I know. I know. One of the lessons she taught me was to stay focused. What was one of the most important lessons that you learned in high school that you can remember?
All right, so I used to have two teachers. My coach, he was one of them who was kind of a mentor too, because he kind of saw, you know what I mean, like, people always say, you know, you're young, but you have an old soul still, you know, if you move. So he always tell me that, like, I know you can play ball, but I see something in there, you know.
Got it.
So I tell him, listen to me, it's easy to come under peer pressure. Because you want to prove to your friend, them say, you can't have this bunch of girls, and say, that would distract you. Because when you turn yourself into a boss, the things them that you run to, those things have to come to you when you're a boss.
Got it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, good lessons, good teachers.
So you're not having all that, you know what I mean?
Right, good
you have to overly extend yourself and try seek, but when you have your thing set and you focus, like those things actually come to you.
Wow.
Versus you running it down. So more as I tell me, say, just stay focused. Now what I mean, the girls them distracted, and Mrs. the girls them love you. You see me, but just stay focused.
Stay focused.
So mainly it's just like from a tender age. I mean, not tender age, but throughout that period of me going to high school is like learning to stay focused, because that's what we need through life. Like that's one of the key elements where we stay focused.
Got it. Wow. Now, in terms of music, where do you draw your inspiration from in terms of sitting down and writing lyrics and all that stuff?
All right. I don't know, but kind of not weird, but I always tell myself, say, you know what I mean? I'm not in music in me, because sometimes, like even in the morning time, you wake up like a song just wake me up. Because sometimes I don't write stuff on paper. The whole song come in my head.
And you just keep it in your head.
And I could hear you say something.
Right.
Because that's the thing I practice. I try to be a keen listener. When you listen, that's where inspiration comes from, places where you wouldn't even.
Got it.
So you could say something to me, and I'm like, you know, we can put that in our song, and then the melody come. I could be watching something, the melody come. We can see something in a relationship with somebody come. And a lot of times, some of the songs that I write, people always be like, you went through that? I'm like, no, I never got through that. I just document what other people got through, because, you know what I'm saying? Other people reality. And then, so the inspiration, it just come naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. What's next in store for you? You have, what singles do you have out that you want to talk about, and what's coming up next for you?
Alright, so currently I have this song, I have this single out where Futa I produce it, called Northside. It's a collective effort with the artists them with around Futa. Okay. You have Italics, you have J.A., you have Lockett, and it's doing very good too. That's what's happening currently. I have other projects coming out as well for Sunny Island Records with with the video and the visuals and everything. That song is kind of personal to me because it's kind of, with everything that's going on, I kind of tap into the conscious side, not just about the girls and where I'm trying to, you know what I mean, sing and telling people like just keeping the vibes up and just count your blessing. That's what the song is about. You know what I'm saying?
Reality.
So those are the two most current songs I have going on.
Okay.
But I have a lot of other things, but currently that's what people are looking for right now.
Now I think the last time I spoke to you, you was getting ready to shoot either a mini series or a movie or something like that.
Yeah, we did this series called Born Bad.
Okay.
It's a movie series. It did very good on Netflix and all of that. The same name that I mentioned, Sunny Island. He's a producer / director. So he came up with the concept of the movie.
Born Bad.
Yeah, I was a co-star in it. Foota Hype was a co-star, and a lot of other people too. It actually aired in theater too.
Did it?
It did very well.
Okay.
Yeah, man, very well.
Where can we see it now?
Amazon, and it's on YouTube now too. No?
Okay.
If you go up on YouTube, you can find it. It's called Born Bad.
Got it.
Trust me. Like, I think once you put your mind to something, you can do it. Cause he approached me and said to me, "Say, yo, you know, say, I think, say, you can play the role, yeah." And I say, "Yo, I don't know what."
Have you ever act before?
Huh?
Did you act in anything before?
Pretend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he presented to me, say, you know, so I gotta challenge himself.
Right.
Because if him believes something can do it, why me can't believe?
Right.
And then not just that, I wanted people to see me outside of just singing.
Got it.
Because you know what I mean, you gotta do, in order to get where you gotta do something that you've never done before in order
challenge
to
yourself.
Challenge
yourself, yeah.
So when I did it, he told me that, yo, my youth, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling a lie. Enough people I work with, you have it naturally. And then the reflection of the movie, when it came out, a lot of people call me and be like, yo, singer, say I go on.
Mad.
So then
Mad.
that kind of sparked a more interest to want to do more and stuff like that. So naturally I could act like any movie or something.
Any movie.
Ready, yeah?
Send you the scripts, right?
Yeah, man, naturally.
So in terms of your videos and your concepts and all that, who comes up with the concepts, who comes up with the treatment for your videos?
So
music videos?
Collectively.
Okay.
Because I like to be hands-on with whatever I'm doing. I'm a key believer in, I mean, you learn from people because life is a never-ending learning process, and you're not gonna act like you have everything together.
Right.
Because once you do that, you're being ignorant and
Right.
you miss out on things.
Right.
Because people already tried certain road that you venturing into.
Right. Right.
So when it comes to that, it's a collective thing because a lot of times people may visualize you doing something in their head, and sometimes you have to come out of your comfort zone. You know?
Got it.
But sometimes you interject some things, and even the director himself will be like, yo, you know, I never think about that. You get what I'm saying? So I like to be hands-on like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Working on any EPs, any albums, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. I actually have a mixtape out now.
What's the name of it?
It's called Statement.
Statements.
Yeah, man. Bad. It's on SoundCloud.
Okay.
But I have tons of songs. We can make albums and stuff like that. But currently, you know how the music business is now. You can't. You have to develop the fan base and everything.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
if I don't have a fan base, I have people looking in.
Correct.
I can't put out an album.
Correct.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
But so currently, just singles. But just know, so the singles them, you gotta love them because melodies and everything.
Do you have a wish list of artists that you possibly want to work with, or producers that you possibly want to work with? Producers.
All right. I definitely sing a song with Chris Breezy still.
Okay.
Because I've been a fan from day on. I actually met him in California. I have good reason with him and things.
Good.
But Assassin. I'm gonna do a song with Assassin. He's a bad artist.
Very lyrical.
Yeah, man, a bad artist, man. Yeah. I mean, you know the funny thing too? Like, people who handpick, but with me, as long as the energy right and the message and the chemistry, I mean, I'm not rule out nobody either.
Got it.
You get me? I said, because I work with This is sometimes it's not about you doing a song with somebody and the hype and something. Like sometimes it just you will do it, and because the energy and the synergy and the it just come and it gone.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
True.
So more work off a vibe and energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2020 is here. You got a lot of music out. Hopefully you have some more music coming.
Definitely.
2021. Can we see? We're gonna see an album possibly, EP possibly. Some more acting possibly.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Because the thing about it is, I don't. Regardless of what's happening, I can't make that determine or blighten my vision or my future. If you say.
Gotcha.
Because I can't work another fear then. For, you know what I'm saying? So definitely.
Right.
New things are come. Actually, the same Sunny Island present another movie to me. What me think about to do it because with everything that's happening and the time and everything. So look out for new movie too. You know what I mean? Definitely an album. So 2021 because the thing about it is I'm trying to go super hard for the rest of this year. Regardless of what's going on. Distraction will not stop me.
So the COVID is not stopping you.
The dream still alive.
Yeah, got it.
Because that's the key thing, you know.
Got it.
They're trying to snatch you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And drive fear, but you are going. You can't drive no fear in me. I feel it, man, dude.
Folks, once again, it's yours truly, Ricovibes. This is the Ricovibes video podcast. A special guest today, Mr. Marvin Benz. Talk to the folks before we go.
Yeah, man. So people, I just want to tell them, say, hey, we're going faith over fear. You know what I say? And just make love be the answer for everything. You know what I say? In this whole pandemic that we're going through and all people separating from each other and you already see their agenda, that's what they're trying to do. But at the same time, don't make you become so selfish and afraid for show love to people. Because if you don't show love to people and trying to connect with people, their agenda is helping their agenda.
Accomplished, correct.
So just show love same way because that now is the time for do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
A God agenda where I work with, not man agenda.
And on that note, folks,
stick to the female gender.
There you go. On that note, folks, my special guest today, Marvin Benz. This is the Ricovibes video podcast. We'll be right back.
Bless.